This is Hino's Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. We keeping the foot on the what? On the next. We keeping the foot on the what? On the next. All right, y'all. Gary Russell Jr., the 126 pounder, is continuously calling out the Chihuahua barking behind the damn fence. Let me say it again. He's continuing to call out the Chihuahua barking behind the damn fence. He's keeping that heat, boy. He don't went to that He Knows His Sports school of unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? It bursts pipes. When you keep applying that pressure bursts pipes. But what we're seeing from Terence Crawford, like we've always seen, is the Chihuahua barking behind the damn fence, or the newly promoted Black Ivan Redcat. Terence Crawford doesn't even want free smoke from a 126 pounder. He has been basically emasculated in boxing. Let me say it again. Terence Crawford has been completely emasculated because everybody out of the woodworks is calling him out. Jose Ramirez called him out again. Gary Russell Jr. called him out a fourth time. Sean Porter called him out 4 times. Kell Brook called him out 8 times. People are saying, well, the Kell Brook fight is a closed deal. It's almost a done deal. It's going to be a done deal when we know it's signed, sealed, and delivered like UPS. Let me say it again. We're going to know it's a done deal when it's signed, sealed, and delivered like UPS. And it's not. We don't have a full fight here. We don't have a contract here. We don't have anything that denotes that the fight is actually taking place and the fight has actually happened. So if we don't have that, why are folks sitting here and saying that this fight is almost done? We need to see a contract, y'all. We need to see proof in the pudding. It needs to be announced just like Spence versus Garcia was announced. It's like Kell Brook said, I want Crawford. I am a massive test for him at 147. Let me say it again. It's like what Kell Brook told Terence Crawford. I want Crawford. I am a massive test at 147 for him. That's true. Because Kell Brook, if you look at his resume, the 3 opponents that defeated him, Triple G, he beat up Sean Porter, and Earl the True Spence whooped his ass. And we know what Earl the True Spence did, made him bend the proverbial knee. My bad. The 2 opponents that defeated him in Triple G and Earl the True Spence, but he had 3 quality opponents. That's what I meant to say. So this guy right here has not only shown his tough metal, he went up 2 weight classes and fought Triple G when Triple G was still a boogeyman at 160. That's when Triple G was still Triple G. He fought Sean Porter in Sean Porter's earlier and younger days when he had that bullshit borderline Mike Tyson ineffective aggression style all the way through 100% through and through and exposed him. And then he fought Earl the True Spence, and we knew what happened. Earl the True Spence made him bend the proverbial knee via Boyz II Men fashion, right? We know the Motown feeling is back again, right? Da-na-na-na-na. Do a little heat comes. That's what Earl the True Spence did to his ass. But we know what happened with that. But Terence Crawford, what have you done? Let's look at your resume. Victor Postel, Jeff Horn, Amir Khan, Mean Machine, John Molina, Hank Lundy, Julius Hidalgo. You see where I'm going with this, dog? This is going to be Terence Crawford's hardest opponent that he's ever faced. So these Rudy Port, these plum breaks, these classic dotes and these troglodytes, these ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric, they want to tell you that Kell Brook is garbage truck juice. Only a brain full of mush and a brainwashed dodo head will even come up with a terminology. What the fuck is garbage truck juice? Who comes up with that bullshit terminology? See, this is the stuff what I'm talking about with reverse bias, aka detractors, aka pandering. They have a pandering narratives have a ceiling cap. Once it goes up, woo, it must come tumbling down. Let me say it again. Once it goes up, woo, it must come tumbling down. Garbage truck juice. That's the most Rudy Poo and plum brain, classic dote and troglodyte, ultra fanboy with the ultra fanboy rhetoric stuff I've ever heard of, man. We have to look at here, and we have to look at Terence Crawford, and we have to look at this type of fighter and what he means to the welterweight division. And he means all of nothing. getting called out by guys that are 4 weight classes smaller than you, that's a things that make you say, Things that make you say, Terence Bud Crawford hasn't proven himself. All he's proven is he's a chihuahua barking behind a damn fence, or the newly promoted Black Ivan Redcat. When Terence Bud Crawford does some actual heavyweight lifting and does what he knows to sport standard barradize and transcenderize in saying that he needs to fight Kell Brook, beat his ass cleanly, and then fight a Sean Porter or Dennis Ugas and beat them cleanly, then he knows the sport is going to put respect on Terence Bud Crawford name. Until then, he's nothing but a chihuahua barking behind a damn fence. Listen, last time I checked, Kell Brook fight is not signed, sealed, and delivered like UPS. And if that's not the case, and if it's going to fall through, and then Kell Brook is going to get promoted to basically Terence Bud Crawford, a DuckTales, woo, a DuckTales, woo. There's a stranger out to find you. There's a stranger out to find you. What to do is grab on you some DuckTales. Woo! If he's gonna duck his ass for a 9th time, which is a super Guinness Book of World Records, then go ahead and give Gary Russell that damn fight. He called your ass out enough. You see, when a little man called out Earl the True Spence and Mikey Garcia, what happened to him? He got regressed into a Uber, a Lyft, and a whole up. Hey, taxi, Tijuana cab driver fighter. So what is Terence Bud Crawford's excuse? I thought you was the boogeyman at 147. No. He's the snot-nosed or snot-filled booger man. Let me say it again. He's the snot-nosed or snot-filled booger man. Y'all need to keep that same energy, dog. Keep that same energy. Now folks are sitting here doubting Earl the True Spence versus Danny Garcia. What has the world come to, dog? What has the boxing community fan base come to, dog? But then they want to sit here and tell you, well, Bud, he's legit, man, at 147. But he has a 126-pounder calling him out. Your classic Dota, you troglodyte. Your Rudy Pool, you plump brain. You ultra fanboy with the ultra fanboy rhetoric. Listen, man, here's the cold-hearted, here's the unadulterated, and here's the cutthroat two-teller fashion. We have to sit here and look at the underlying undercurrents with Terence Bud Crawford. And the one thing that he knows the sport could think of is, he's a chihuahua barking behind a damn fence. Terence Bud Crawford, you know what it is. The finger get the wagon. Go sit down somewhere and higgity fucking hush. This is He Knows the Sport. Check it out.